Yo, what's good, YouTube? Back with another video, and today's video is going to be about the very first diet that I've actually tried. Now, I tried many diets, but this diet was the very first one that I actually tried. I've been trying to lose weight my whole life, as you guys know. Started from childhood, teenage years, and adult life. Got some Sour Patch Kids stuck in my tooth. Hold on. Okay, I got it. But the very first diet that I ever tried was the Atkins diet. Now, this is what this video is going to be about. My first time on the Atkins diet and the stuff I see people doing wrong and what I did wrong on the Atkins diet. Of course, you think it's cool, like pick a diet that you can do long term, pick a diet that you like. And the Atkins diet is perfect. Like, I love eating meat. Even Atkins diet, low carb diet, carnivore diet, whatever diet that you on, where you say fuck all carbs, this is what I'm talking about. So I'm like, man, this is great. So you mean I can eat all the meat, all the heavy fat meats, all the cheeses, all the butters, all the dressings and all this other stuff, and not have to worry about gaining any weight. So that's what I did. I started eating ribs and steak and the super fattening parts of the chicken, and I was mixing that shit with cheese and throwing cooking eggs and instead a whole stick of butter in my eggs. I was just doing the fattest shit, but that shit was working. It worked for a short period of time, because here's what I did not understand. Yes, those diets are low carb or no carb and extra high protein, but that does not mean that you do not have to consider your calorie intake. So the things that happen on a low carb diet is if you go on a low carb diet for about 2-3 days, whatever it is, you're gonna see a massive drop in weight loss. That's because carbohydrates actually store water inside the body. So when carbohydrates are absent and you take them bitches completely out, now you can release all the water that the carbohydrates was allowing your body to hold. This means, yes, when you jump on a scale 3 days to a week later, you're gonna see a massive drop in weight loss. I think the most I ever saw in a week was about maybe 10-15 pounds, but that was not actually true fat. That was just the water that my body was holding on to. But you couldn't tell me that back then. You couldn't tell me that, oh man, this diet is wonderful. Like, you mean all I gotta do is go on it for 3 days to a week and I can lose 10 fucking pounds every time? So that set up a lot of difficult issues for me. So that set up like, oh, I would just cheat on the weekend. I would eat my carbs on the weekend. And I would go on back to my low carb diet Monday through Friday. So I noticed that when I did put carbs back in my system, my body ballooned up. Like, it ballooned up maybe 10, 15, 20 pounds. So in my mind, it's like, man, it's crazy that every time I start this diet, I lose 10 to 15 pounds in 3 days to a week. But every time I start eating carbs, my body gains weight. So I'm thinking that I'm gaining actual fat, and by getting on the diet, I'm actually losing that fat again. So I'm going through this period of week yo-yo dieting on the week and going back up and down weekend to weekdays, weekend to weekdays. So I did not understand the difference between body weight and body fat. So the things with the Atkins diet, low carb diet, carnivore diet, yes, you're gonna lose weight very fast. You're gonna lose weight very fast. You're not gonna lose fat very fast. And you still have to be in a caloric deficit in order to see fat loss. That means when you first go on a carnivore diet, yes, you're gonna lose all the fucking weight in the world. You may even continue to lose body fat after that, because keep in mind, you're cutting out an entire food group out your diet. You virtually you're virtually not taking in any carbohydrates, and you're just taking in straight protein and fats. So that's actually reducing your calories a lot without you even realizing it. So majority of the times people say, oh yeah, I've been on the Atkins diet for about 4 to 6 months. I've been on the carnivore diet for 4 to 6 months. I've been seeing great results. And then after that, they get to a point where they stuck. They get to a point where they can no longer not count calories. Your body has adjusted to the amount of calories that you are taking in, and now you actually have to lower those calories in order to continue losing weight. I just kept on with the diet, just thinking that if I just kept going, eventually that the weight would just fall off, but that was not the case. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, so far, when you get so far along the carnivore or the Atkins diet, the weight just stops. And if your weight just stops, this is exactly why. Yes, you do not need to always go into a calorie deficit. You do not always have to count calories. You do not always have to start off a diet being super rigid and super spot on. You can really just start a diet and lose weight just by cutting out the simple shit. Let's say you didn't go on a low carb diet. Let's just say you just cut out sweets, pops, and juices. Just like I'm pretty sure the majority of you heard, you may lose 10 to 15 pounds doing that alone, and the weight may keep going down. But you're not on a diet. You're just cutting back on certain things in your life, and that's making weight loss happen. Same thing with the low carb diet. You're not jumping on the full low carb diet. You're not on a program as far as on calorie restriction, but you're doing something different to your diet. Like I said, you're removing a whole food group out of your body, which means you're technically you're in a calorie deficit, but you don't realize it. But you've been getting away with eating a certain way, and you really haven't tracked a single fucking calorie. You really haven't tracked a single fucking macro, and yet your body is losing weight. So yes, you do not always, you can't actually go to a lifestyle diet. When I talk about a lifestyle diet, I mean like vegan or carnivore or the fruit diet or whatever other diet there is out there. You can actually start a lifestyle diet and see fat loss in the beginning. But in order for fat loss to keep happening, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna actually have to be in a calorie deficit, find out what a calorie deficit is for that diet, and be on that to actually maintain weight loss week to week, month to month, year to year. So don't want to make this video too long, but if you're anything like me, you just think that the Atkins carnivore diet or low carb diet is the right one for you, just because you lose weight fucking fast, that's not always the case. Like I said in the initial beginning, you lose a lot of water weight. It's just weight. Because trust me, when you eat carbs, and I'm pretty sure everybody that's done this diet before, your body is gonna balloon back up and you're just gonna gain that water back. A calorie deficit still matters. But that's it for the video, guys. Didn't want to make this video too long. If you did enjoy this video, remember like, comment, share so other people can see this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.